think now we're good. Should be good now. It's always delaying a couple of seconds, but I think now should be good. Yeah, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Let's reopen everything. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Lion Pride Arm Wrestling League podcast series, podcast number 5. Today we have two very special guests. Our second big women's match of the event. Let's introduce them. First, as always, we will introduce the blue side. This girl is a two-time Slovakian national champion at both arms, third place finisher at the EAF European Championships, and fourth place finisher at the WAF World Championships. Ladies and gentlemen, big applause for Ivana Pitáková. Huge applause is in the comments. Drew, supportive as always. What's up, brother? Her opponent, little bit longer in the sport. She's a 10-time Estonian national champion, but now competing under the Latvian association. Ladies and gentlemen, big applause for Susie Ann. A lot of people are excited about this match. You caught people's attentions, of course, because girls catch much more attention as ugly guys. So this is the main part. You caught attention, and then people saw how strong you girls really are. Even posting some stuff 2 days ago, you posting some stuff today or yesterday, I think. Today, I think, right? Today you posted the video. And Susie.
Yes.
And as the time passes, I think people are more and more excited. The big question I wanted to ask you, Susie, your name, you have some relations with the US or UK or something like this, or no?
Yes, Susie Ann is an American name.
Yeah, but only name? You were born and raised in Estonia or what?
Born and raised in Estonia, it's just my mom wanted to have an awesome name for her daughter.
No, it's great. It's great. But for what I thought, because you speak English great, you know the
Yeah,
accent and everything, and this is
I've
why I
been
thought.
living in the States as well.
Oh, okay, 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 okay. Okay, let's start with you. Susie, please, can you introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit how long you are in the sport, um, how you came in touch with arm wrestling. Of course, for people who don't know, you are also doing bodybuilding on a professional level, and yeah, just like your sports background and history with arm wrestling.
Oh, so many questions all at once. How should I introduce myself? I am strongest woman arm wrestler in Estonia. Well, now escape from Estonia, Team Latvia from now on. And I hope that more women in Estonia can start arm wrestling now because I'm gone and someone else can become stronger. Also, I am a bodybuilder doing bikini fitness. 2013 was my first year competing, but I had been training for it over a decade. I just never felt confident enough to go on a stage. You know, us bodybuilders were never too big, too fat, etc., etc. But then I did it, and also continuing on that route,
Mhm.
doing like arm wrestling and bodybuilding, basically at the same time, but not really. So 2013, I didn't do almost any arm wrestling, just focused on bodybuilding, and now it has switched.
How did you came across arm wrestling at the first place?
Yes, well, it's a bit of a longer story. The thing is, arm wrestling found me. It was about 11 years ago. I had just moved back to Estonia and I went to see a bodybuilding competition. Among every bodybuilding competition, there's this expo area, you know, with newest sports supplements, clothes, etc. And there was arm wrestling table with a sign that the strongest one who wins will get a free gym pass, towels, clothes, all that jazz. And
Great,
and
great
since I
commercial.
had just moved back to Estonia and I hadn't signed up to any gyms yet, I was like, I would love to go to the gym for free. And I'm a strong girl, so I'm gonna give it a try. Long story short, I won. I grab my stuff. I start going home, and then one arm wrestler chased down and says that, "Hey, yo, you did pretty well. Would you mind coming back and let's arm wrestle together?" And I said, "Sure, let's do it." So we arm wrestled a bit, and he said, "Wow, you're pretty strong. You should join our arm wrestling team." I'm like, "You're funny." And then he started talking, and I was like, dude, arm wrestling isn't even a sport. And then he explained that there are European championships, world championships, and I'm like, that's interesting, but still, it's a no. And then he said, you know what? If you're gonna join our team, you're gonna be officially the first female arm wrestler in Estonia. And I said, well, it's a pretty good title to have. Maybe arm wrestling takes off in Estonia. They're gonna write a book about it, and then my name is gonna be on it. So I said, okay, I'll join. Already following weekend, I went to the training. There were a bunch of guys, then just me learning how to do stuff. Few years go by, more women join, our team gets bigger, and then we started organizing Estonian championships. And from there on, I have won them all.
This is a great story. This is a great story. Knowing, let's say, I was never doing bodybuilding on stage, but I started originally my whole training with like 17 years old doing bodybuilding, and I know how for me was a crazy transition to transition to arm wrestling because I was doing biceps, focusing on biceps. You do biceps curls without the wrist, to hit more the biceps and stuff like this. And now you have to connect everything. And this was the hardest part for me. But great story, great story. So you basically were strong from the beginning. The other
I would say so.
On the other side, we have Ivana, who has arguably in not arguably, I think in Central Europe, the strongest arm wrestling nation. Maybe let's say, okay, no, we cannot forget Italy. Italy is, you know, but I think with top athletes, you could say you could compete. Um, Ivana, you're 19 years old, doing this for 3 years, right?
Two
Two?
only. It's gonna be 2 years in April,
Oh, two
actually.
years, 2 years, 2 years, and two-time national champion. So you, so
I
you,
started
pretty much you were also strong from the beginning. So please tell us your story and your, let's say, coming together with the sport. Um, when did you start? How did you start? And yeah.
So since I was child, I was also keen on sports, but it was different kinds of sports like volleyball and so on. But also I love to lift weights since I was like 15 or so on. But I was just doing it for myself to feel good and look good. So I was just doing it and I was kind of progressing with the strength. And my brother used to do arm wrestling, but it was just on a level like high school competitions and so on.
Younger
So
or older brother?
older, older one.
Okay.
And he told me, because on my high school there was a competition, and he told me that I should try it because it could be a nice just to test my strength. So I went there, and since then a girl from a club, she noticed me and she wanna pull with me, and she invited me to like her sparrings and so on. So I started to pull in this club, and since then I was pulling for them, and the coach noticed me and he told me that I should go for nationals because I'm pretty strong and I was still in a juniors category. And I then managed to win the nationals. So he was like, okay, we can go to Europe. Then I took the third place there. And since then, I was doing arm wrestling. But I stopped doing all the other sports I was doing before, like volleyball and so on, because I have been doing volleyball for like 8 years, I would say. And I stopped because of this. And now I'm just trying to like find time for arm wrestling and bodybuilding doing so well. But I'm not competing as Susie, but just for myself.
And tell me your height. Is it your family or everybody is so tall, or you would say you boosted your height with volleyball and playing sports?
I don't know because we are all tall and everybody's playing volleyball in my family, I would say. So maybe
Really?
one hand, yeah.
This is all, I'm a multiple sports guy. I play everything. I played volleyball for school. So I would love to see you and compete with you in other sports as well. Susie, I know I beat you in Sanders in darts 100%. No, this is not a challenge. This is not a challenge. The bald guy will come in and kill me here in Vienna. No challenges. Just kidding. Just kidding. Sanders, brother. Okay. Very interesting. But you know, it's very interesting because of you. Even did you ever even measure your arm length like this? Never. Like measure this
I
when
know
you
it's
come.
gonna be long.
Very, that's very interesting for me. We measure everything at our club, wrists, hands, everything. We have to know this, you know. And then if somebody is like has like crazy leverage or stuff like this, you know, we boost him even more to you know compete. But the longer the arm is, the harder it is, of course, to have a strong back pressure or brachialis, of course. You telling that, and we could see that you curling like 24 kilograms is very impressive. For all the people and all the guys who texted who wrote down in the comments, cheating, you know, I want to see you guys, okay? Because I have to try, I had to try it. I mean, I'm doing some kind exercise like this, but I was like, this is impressive. I have to try to see if I can do it clean, you know, without moving the body. Of course, we are doing arm wrestling and we have strong arms. But guys who wrote this in the comments, let's see you guys do 24 kilograms clean like this with no movement from the body, and then you can talk.
And they don't understand that you have to train differently for arm wrestling, and usually those comments are for people who are not working out or they are working out for
Yeah.
different purposes, so they don't know what you should do.
People are stupid. Susie, very, very important question for me is you doing bodybuilding different. You are doing it professionally. When I say professional, I mean you go to the stage, you are doing very specific diet, cutting your let's say weight and your body fat to a degree which is crazy, which is for women even harder because my wife is also crazy about sports and we studied this a little bit, and I mean a little bit, a lot, and with women it's different because when you have low body fat your hormones also play crazy and stuff like this. um this sport of arm wrestling is very prone to injuries and stuff like this. Did you ever had problems with cutting weight and your body fat with maybe injuring something because of that, or no?
Actually, no. Um, I've been on a diet only once. So I've been to the stage only one season, and I had zero issues. My calories were much higher than many other girls.
Mhm.
Before Worlds, I was eating 2,000 calories, and that was like the lowest I went, and I was weighing 18 kilos less than off season. So imagine how much I actually eat like when I'm off season.
But you did a lot of cardio, or how did you cut so much weight?
No, I did cardio 1 hour a week.
Okay, so you were a special person.
Well, I don't know. I've also heard that every season is different.
Mhm.
Uh, Much also depends on what you do off season. Let's say you don't wanna gain much weight and you keep your calories low during off season, then also your calories are gonna be lower on season as well.
I understand. Like, I don't know if you know the guy, Coach Greg. He speaks
I
about bodybuilding a lot. I followed him for many years, and he likes to call this main gaining, you know, maintaining but gaining like a little bit, like over your calorie deficit, and then you like gain a little bit weight, but not go crazy fat like the old bodybuilders, Ronnie Coleman, and the guys go crazy fat, and then they cut a lot of weight. So yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
understand.
It can get pretty mental,
Mm.
but fortunately, I don't have like that bad of a relationship with food. I just eat when I need energy, and I'm very chill about that.
Yeah, we have guys also here who are eating everything and they're lean, and then there's us normal people who breed chocolate and get fat. So you're
Yeah.
you're very blessed.
Yeah, I just love ice cream. That's the only thing.
Ivana, you being, first on both arms in Slovakia with such crazy competition, so many girls. How many competitors are in your category usually in nationals?
Not much because, to be honest, most of them are losing weight.
Lower categories.
Yeah, until 70, 60, is it? So not many, I would say. I'm more excited about senior championship because there are more people going there, Rebecca Martinkovic and so on. So it's
Mhm.
going to be much more intense there. And I would say Nana is my biggest competitor when it comes to my category, but she's still lighter than me. But we have only two categories, but so there's nothing much she can do.
Coach Ray in the comments says, I'm super fat. Tina calls me tuchni. What does this mean?
Yeah.
We have Coach Sandris in the comments saying, oof, I don't know what this means. Cassandris, brother, please keep it down, man. There are children here. Um, yeah. What would you say? I have my pick, but what would you say even is your best win? Like who you beat in front of you, a competitor?
Like from our country, from Slovakia, or overall?
Let's say overall.
Ooh, I would say, well, to be honest, I think it was from Slovakia actually. It was Lucia and
This is
Rebecca.
what I wanted to
There
say as
are
well.
there are multiple national champions and world champions,
Yes,
world 14 times,
yes,
something like that.
yes.
So I was actually really surprised that I beated her, but still she has really good endurance and so on. So I would be surprised at how would the match actually end if we got into different position and so
Mhm.
on. But I think the Lucia was the biggest surprise for me. I never expected that because I know when there was the first competition for me, I saw her and everyone was telling she is a world champion and so on. And I was really scared of her because she's really muscular and she looks like really strong. And then when I beated her, I was really surprised that this happened. So I guess this was the one for me.
We went because Megan from our club trained with Lucia for like I mean she trains today I think also, and we went one time with her to Lucia's team and we trained with them together, and I pulled Lucia as well, and she's crazy on the table, like when
She's
and she when she hits and gets the center, there's no stopping
yeah,
until the end, like pulling like
yeah.
crazy, and shaking with the body and pulling, like keeping the pressure crazy. And this was I never saw this with any athlete, male or female. For somebody when she gets in the winning position to hold such pressure for so long and moving actively and stuff. So
I know that her endurance is crazy. I was holding with her, and as my arm started to fall off, I wasn't strong enough for this, and her endurance was like, okay, she can win easily. So I think that those are the years that like we can live more and so on, but still you cannot lie that she have been doing arm wrestling for so many years, and you can see that her endurance on the table is really different
it's
from others.
crazy. And she also have in the background her father arm wrestling and is very, very, very special. I think she had interest to be in this event as well, but a little bit too late when we closed all the matches and stuff. So in the future, if we find a worthy opponent, of course, it will be an honor to have her as well. Um, Susie, what would you say was your biggest accomplishment in this sport?
Right now, I would say my biggest accomplishment was winning the Estonian Nationals in 2013, just few weeks after World Championships in bikini fitness. I was weighing 16 kilos less than I usually do, and I went against other Estonian women who all weighed 80 kilos plus. And I was so afraid because, I mean, I was so thin straight from World Championships, being small and hungry. And then, just going to see, I don't even know why I went there. My matches took so much time. I wasn't fast, I didn't feel strong, but I do have a very good endurance. So I was just holding them, holding their hand throughout their match, and eventually winning them all. So right now, I would say it was this. I was feeling very proud of myself, pulling heavier girls than I was.
You don't have problem beating 80 plus girls with 185 centimeters from Slovakia.
I mean, they weren't as tall as Ivana, but um um let's see. I'm very curious about our upcoming match.
Me as well. Me as well. Really, I spoke with Sandris also in the podcast and also privately. What the game plan is, I'm very excited if you guys manage to pull this off. I think Ivana has to be. I mean, you are so long in the sport, and I think in a super match, you never know what can happen. Of course, everything is possible. Ivana, you did not have experience pulling in a super match, right?
First time this.
So, so with this also saying, I think when it comes to accomplishments, Ivana went to worlds, to Europeans, faced the best, having a crazy national team, being heavier, So she, for many people, has to be the favorite, but this is what makes it more interesting because I talked with Sandris and how the whole match materialized. We needed an opponent for Ivana because Ivana is very picky. And
She only picks small girls.
I was Ivana, you and Barbora, let's go. And she was like,
Yeah,
no,
for
no, I
sure.
think I beat her easy. So we, had to find somebody else. And and then I told Sandris, and he was like, okay, let's think about it. And then he called me and he told, yeah, we will take the challenge and try to prepare. He is a very smart guy, with a big head and big brain. So I think he knows what he's doing. And I'm very, very, very excited to see what you guys will bring to the table on the 3rd of May. Ivana,
But
what do you expect from your opponent?
well, much more experience, I would say.
Hmm.
Like as your boyfriend Sandris, he knows a lot about arm wrestling and training and technique and so on. And I feel like that I'm training on my own, so I don't have so much experience in this and techniques and things. So maybe I'm gonna be surprised because I guess that you are top roller, I would say, from the videos I saw.
No, no, she cannot tell you what this is. You
Yeah,
have to
yeah,
start.
it's just what from
Well,
that
I'm open. So the thing is with my right, I used to be very good with the hook. Then I got injured 4 years ago, and I learned to be a top roller with my right after 4 years.
What did you
Uh,
do? Elbow?
mm,
Elbow injury?
yeah. So I broke all the tendons on this one side that you use for hooking, and I was out for with the right arm. I don't even know how long I wasn't able to do anything. I also asked for surgeries, but they said that arm wrestling isn't the sport. This is a javelin injury that, the javelin throwers get, and they refused the surgery, which eventually I'm happy about because now it's all recovered. So basically, right now, I can be either a top roller or do hook with my right arm.
This is very interesting because, you know, I talked also with a lot of arm wrestlers. Everybody had elbow problems who pulls inside. I had elbow problems. I know hundreds of guys who have elbow problems, and everybody told me the same thing. When it recovers, it's much stronger. So I think this is a big and only plus you get with injuries in arm wrestling. Of course, not all of injuries. You can get injuries like Devon and stay like this forever. But this also has some pluses. So it's if you're optimistic or not, it's everything how you see it. Um, Even you haven't experienced any injuries in 2 years you were in the sport, right?
I actually had, it was the first time I went on European Championship, and also I did something with my elbow, and I was healing for like 2, 3 months or so on, but now it's all done. So actually, I'm kind of lucky in this because I'm not trying to pull into hook, and I think hook is much more prone to injuries. And in top
100%.
roll, I feel safe and everything, so there's not much to happen because,
I think you should never pull hook because you are.
yeah, I feel much more comfortable in it, so I'm not trying to push myself into hook or something.
That's very smart. I mean, considering that you train alone and that you are the busiest student in the world, needing 5 days to answer one message and so on and so on, but we will not talk about this here. Uh, you have great guys who you can train with and develop and I mean, not that you don't gain and develop, by yourself, but still, I think with other minds and other eyes seeing what you do right or wrong, I think this can go very, very, very high.
Yeah, I know that there are many like the clubs and so on, because in the town where I'm studying, there are many clubs nearby. As I said, Lucia Dibnarova is training there, and also guys like Petr Celic and so on. So there are many opportunities to train with them, and I think that I would get much better if I train with them and not just alone in the gym with just my rope and that's all. But it's harder to find time for that because, as I said, I'm working usually during weekends, and during weekends are also sparring. So it's like hard to find the time, but it's worth it because those guys are really experienced, and also Gregorichka and so on. They are all really experienced guys, so it's nice
Ivan
to.
is great. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Please don't mention Peter's name here. He's now with Susie here. They put your face and his face on the dartboard, and they throw darts.
How did you know?
Sandri sent me a video. He's throwing darts. Peter, bam, and here in the head. So don't mention Peter here, please. He's forbidden here. Um, no, just kidding, of course. Susie, what did Coach Sandris say? What do you guys think is Ivana's strongest point?
That she's taller than me and she weighs way more than me.
Her height is fake. She's not 185, 100%.
He
What
didn't
is
believe
she like?
that I.
86?
No, I think 83 maximum. I cannot think because I saw her 2 times. When you mentioning the bodybuilding expo and the tables and stuff, I remembered the last competition I saw her, and this was in Prague, Evil's Cup, and I watched her compete there, and I don't believe that she's as tall as I am. So,
We
but
can measure it 3rd of May. No
we
problem.
will
I'm
see,
not
of
trying
course.
to add to my height, not at all,
You
but
come and I'm like this. No, no,
Yeah,
no. See.
how about Ivana? You come in heels, you're gonna be even
yeah,
taller.
Oh my God, I don't
Yeah,
think
yeah, show Alexa that you can be taller than him.
will do.
in heels, you're 2 meters in heels.
I have to learn how to walk in heels because I'm not wearing them at all because of my
Okay,
height.
this is
So
good.
Oh,
This is
girl, I can teach you. I can teach you.
thank you very much. You are calling this, so
this is great. This is great. Um, Ivana, what do you expect from Susie? What do you think her approach might be?
I think that you are like a really like when you are going to match, you are like 100% in it. I saw some of your trainings and so on. You look like you are really trying to do as much as possible. And I expect that you are kind of quick, I would say, and your start might be quick because I don't know. I feel like that you are doing bikini and so on. You are so lean and like I just find it that you should be really like quick and maybe your technique. That it will really matter, like in what position we would get, and you would be much more like able to know what to do and how to figure all this situation out. So maybe that's where I will lose or something like that because I don't have much experience, as I already said. So we'll see. But to be honest, I was really surprised that you accepted the match because of the height and weight difference. Because to be honest, when we were finding component, it was really hard to find because I was trying to find some senior girls who competed on European Championship and they were 80 kilograms and so on, but most of them couldn't or so on. And I was really surprised when Alex, how can I say your name or
Alexa.
Alexei, okay. When he wrote me
The
that.
Alexei, what am I, Russian or what is this? No, it's Alexa with A in the end.
Alexa, okay. And when he wrote me that you should be my competitor, I was like, okay, why not? But sorry, I told you it was bad. So I was just surprised that you accepted the match because of the weight and everything. But I'm glad you did it. So
Of course, I love challenges.
it's good to try.
Okay. This is Susie looks, nice and everything, but I think it's evil plan in the background, cooking, challenges, and then she comes to the table, bam, like Morozov going crazy. We will see. I'm super excited.
We'll see. I haven't still decided which personality I'm gonna pack with me.
Oh, okay. This is interesting. This is interesting. Um, um, girls, we have 10 matches on the card. We have very exciting matches. We had recently a change because Philip Stahlhofen got injured. We have a lot like Slovakian Petr Čeleš. We have from Czech Republic Martin. We have Sandris, of course, and Toms. Which matches excite you besides your matches on this card? Let's start with Susie.
Definitely Sandris and Toms cheering for Latvians.
And how do you see them perform? You think they will win or this
Of
is
course
a
they're
stupid
gonna
question?
win. Of course they're gonna win.
Ivana, do you agree that Sandris will win the main event or no?
I don't know. It's hard to say.
Yes.
Yes, for sure. I don't know, to be honest, I'm most excited about the girls' match because I pulled with Nora.
Nora?
Yes, and I'm really excited to see how they will pull with each other because I don't know Paulina, but I know her, so we'll see. I'm really excited about it. And I think that their strength is really like a similar. And I saw Paulina this is training like a crazy these days.
This is
So
crazy what she's doing.
yeah, all the time. Like I feel like she's training every day, and
Yeah.
like good for her. We'll see.
Good for her having so much time to train. Yes. How often per week do you train, Ivana? Specifically arm wrestling, let's say, because you said you're doing like bodybuilding, gym, and everything. So
I'm trying to do it 2 times a week. Like before I went to university, I used to do like once, like all by myself, just weights and all so on. And on Saturdays, I always do sparrings. But now I cannot go to sparring so often, so I usually do like arm wrestling training by myself 2 times a week, and then other parts of the body.
You plan to implement some sparrings in this last 5 weeks.
Yeah, I wanted to because European is also coming and so on. So I want to be more prepared because this is not enough just to lift weights and so on. And I saw that my endurance on the table, I have to build it up more. So of course I want to sparring more and so on.
Interesting. Susie, what did Coach Sandris say? How often per week do you train?
Well,
And
he's
I'm sorry, but he said he is not so happy how serious you take this because you are doing bodybuilding as well, and I suppose you train legs, and arm wrestlers are anti-leg guys, so when
yes.
Coach Ray visited us here. He went to the leg press and he was looking at the leg press like it's a dinosaur and was like, "What is this? How we use like side pressure or what is this?" It's very funny video.
Well, but did you hear the East versus West conference just a few minutes ago? Even Devon said that he has been training glutes for his upcoming match.
And we all believe him, of course. But actually, Devon has very big legs. I was surprised when he faced Levan the last time we saw him in Turkey. he was sitting on the stage. His legs were huge in this oversized pants he's always wearing. I was surprised because he, of course, but I think nobody should compare themselves to this guy because he has done so many things in his life, so he's very unique. But to get back to the topic, how often per week do you do specific arm wrestling training?
Well, my coach makes me train 3 to 4 times a week arm wrestling. And then on the side, I do 4 bodybuilding workouts a week. So I train 7 to 8 times a week.
This is
So
great.
a
This is
lot to
great.
catch up on.
Yeah, and of course, my coach is not happy about bodybuilding because it can hinder my progress in arm wrestling. And, putting focus on two sports equally, it is very tiring, it is very demanding. And he's also curious to see how I would perform without doing any bodybuilding. Maybe I would be even stronger, even faster. But I don't know. Maybe I will quit bodybuilding for a while. I'm just not quitting.
So
But
basically, you
I'm
want to say,
continuously thinking about it. He has to massage me, a bit longer on that topic.
so Sandris, don't give up, brother. You're close. So basically, you want to say if you come in May and destroy Ivana, you will stay with arm wrestling. I want to put some words in your mouth. I'm sorry for making this a little bit.
I don't know. I haven't decided. I have been also thinking like what it would be in arm wrestling that I would have to accomplish that would make me quit bodybuilding.
Mhm.
I don't know. Or what I would have to accomplish in bodybuilding that would make me quit arm wrestling. But then whenever I think about quitting arm wrestling, my heart starts to hurt. So it's just who I have been for so long without even wanting to become arm wrestler. It's just arm wrestling found me and I'm like, yeah, love it. Let's do it. So I think I'm never gonna quit that. The question is more like how long I'm gonna do bodybuilding.
Yeah, I mean, bodybuilding is as arm wrestling as well, um, a very difficult sport to really succeed. Let's say when I say succeed, I mean let's say the best men's bodybuilders, they don't live from bodybuilding. You know, you depend on something else. I believe that best arm wrestlers in the world. Okay, I think Devon is purely now living from the sport, of course, and then you watch the women's side as well in bodybuilding and in arm wrestling, you know, and of course everybody is like, yeah, this this should be not your focus to see money and stuff like this and this, and of course not, yeah, but in the end, if you want to focus on something so much, like you said, to quit one thing and focus only on one, it has to be affordable and it has to make sense. And I think we're going in the right path with everything, with of course East versus West being the leader and we following. And I think the market when it comes to arm wrestling in Europe is huge. But the biggest problem is that people are a little bit um, companies, of course, they have no knowledge about the sport, you know. And when you come to them with the sport, companies did not answer me like this, but people, when I speak with people who don't know arm wrestling, everybody's like, yeah, yeah, you saw this slapping. I was like, what is this, man? Why
That
you
is
compare this stupid
that
shit
is
with?
so crazy. Like, whenever someone hears that I do arm wrestling, their first question is, do you know the slap competition?
This is crazy, you know. But when if something like slap fighting is able to become such a big reach, I think it's only. I mean, let's dig deeper a little bit. Okay, why is slap fighting so famous? Because Dana White, the president of UFC, took the sport and made it famous. Yeah, all UFC fighters promoted it. Went to watch it and stuff like this. Promoted it, promoted, and this is why it became so big. Yeah, they hold together. I feel that this sport of arm wrestling is so small still, but there are so many people that want to be your enemy. This is crazy. Everybody has their own side. I feel like this. And I don't want to mention no names and stuff, but everybody has their sides, and and we have one goal together. And I think it would make the most sense to stay together and grow together and accomplish these goals, let's say, faster and in our lifetime, and not in. Okay, Ivana is 19 years old, she can do whatever she wants, and but but you know what I mean. So I think it's only a matter of people understanding what the sport really is, and I think then it will make much more sense. But this event in May, I promise you and to all the people watching and coming to the event, will be the biggest arm wrestling event in Central Europe's history, 100%. So what I have prepared and the venue and the vision and everything and the athletes is something very special. And I'm very thankful that you girls are coming to present the women's side from the best side, of course. So this is a very special event for all of us, and I think it can be a big leader to impress like companies to come and join and make this dream possible for everybody.
Like when you compare it with other super matches and so on, they're only like arm havels and so on, but they are not getting so many reaches as Lion Pride, I would say. And I was kind of surprised when you like texted me and so on, you'd like to come to super match because you just started it, but I guess it's growing pretty fast, and with your promotion and everything, it's going pretty well, I would say, based on what I see on Instagram and
Yeah,
like that.
I mean, the thing is, it's super demanding, and for a team of people, I think it's possible. But for one person, it's very challenging. And um, I give everything so you get enough attention when you come here. If you understand what I want to say, I want you guys to feel like superstars when you come here because you are. For me, you are superstars. Each and every one of you, and all other athletes who texted me and who want to come and who spend so much time in the sport to come to such like a specific level. I think everybody deserves this, and if everything goes right, it's possible. Of course, I will give everything, and you are doing your best as well. Um, the whole team of this event, also the guys are very funny. Kirsten now coming as a replacement. I think it's very very good for us, doing good. He's very funny, making us all laugh, and yeah, I'm very excited. I'm very excited to see how everything develops. You mentioning Arm Havoc. Yes, I'm Havoc something doing also great job in Germany. But I see that they are doing it a lot with local guys because of obvious reasons, and this is when you bring people from outside. It's other expenses than when you take a guy who lives 20 minutes from here. But this is why we are special. We are taking the best athletes from. I was thinking about it, and this is how we can promote this also. We are the biggest natural arm wrestling league in the world. So this is 100% true. Gabor Sokac, Arm Hawk is great, but Line Pride is the real deal. Thank you, brother. Hungarian Zone. Who do you see winning, Nora or Paulina?
Paulina is older and more experienced, I would say. I think that she's doing arm wrestling for a longer time.
Of
But I
course,
know that
she is older. Nora is 17, 16 or something like
yeah,
that.
16, yeah. So,
Crazy.
but I don't know how for how long Paulina is doing arm wrestling, to be honest. So I'm not sure, but I would say that Nora has a really strong like a hook. She's crazy. She has crazy strength in this, and to be honest, I'm not sure. I'm really excited about those two girls because I think it's going to be a really equal match, and I don't know what to expect at all.
Susie, what do you think?
Well, I like to support the younger ones or the more inexperienced ones. So, because normally everyone expecting the experienced one to win, but so I'm gonna support the younger one.
That's great. That's great. That's great. Ivana, other than Barbora in Slovakia, do you have a good match with some other girls, or would you say you're the official number two in Slovakia?
That's a brave announcement, but I think that my biggest competition could be Dominika Barošová, if you know her. She she was world champion in a like it was like 2 years ago, I would say. And the once we meet on a competition, it was like once I won, but then on European Championship, then she beated me. And but now she's currently not pulling arm wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
She's so no, I don't know where she is, but
Mm-hmm.
she's not competing. So I think that her comeback could be like a really deal
Mm-hmm.
breaker for me.
Mm-hmm.
So she could be a good match for me.
So the answer is yes. You're number two in Slovakia at the moment.
Hmm.
Like based on nationals now, it could
Say
be.
it. Based on nationals, you're the number one, not the number two, because
I'm
Barbora is
not
not
sure.
pulling.
It doesn't count. And you know that's the you can never say that you are a national champion in Slovakia because everybody knows that Barbara is so I'm second we can say.
How do you feel? Because you pulled her many times. How do you feel when you pull her? No
I'm not
chance.
I'm not even pulling with her. I'm not even trying. I just put my
That's
arm
all.
there and just I don't want to get arm
You
broken.
already put it down in the losing position.
Yeah. And I think that it's really amazing the strength she has and everything. But it's really sad that she doesn't have like where to move nowadays because you know she doesn't have competition and it's really boring for her. Even when she had like a national championship and so on, nobody was even trying to pull with her. So I think that you just come to the match and you know that everybody's gonna let you win. It's boring, I would say.
You saw me pulling her in Prague?
Yeah, I saw that.
This was crazy. I was not expecting this, but I beat her after the event. You know,
After
Susie,
even I didn't saw that.
you
I
don't
saw
see that?
that.
I have video proof. So
Okay, because when I saw you pulling her, it looks like she wasn't even trying and you were pulling, but maybe I saw it
no,
wrong.
it was
You know.
crazy. It was crazy. Because I did not expect so much power from a woman. It's crazy. And I was like, Susie, I was there like entertaining the crowd. Say table two, table one, and stuff like this. And Barbora was the referee, and we had like a break between amateurs and seniors. Oh no, left or right arm, and I was like on the microphone, and people were there and everybody, and I was like okay, now we go to the break, and Barbora, if you are tough enough, let's face me now on the table. Let's see. And she came to the table, and I was like, confident and stuff, and she's like, wow, and I was like, what is this? Crazy, crazy, really. This strength here, I think she has. I don't know. I mean, of course, we have like maybe one guy in our club who has like this strength. What she told me, the number, she pulls like back pressure 55 kilograms. This is crazy. This is crazy. I not even one guy I think in our club is so strong, and we have like crazy strong guys who are like top 10 European level and stuff like this. So I think she's very special. And the question is, why do you think that is? Do you think she's born for this, or what do you girls think? Let's start with
I,
Susie.
I yeah, I mean, I saw a video of her doing like farm work, and just the environment that she grew up in is very physical. And so it must be that. I know that in our team, in Latvian team, there is also this girl who does like physical work a lot and she's so strong. It's like I would say that her hand is like a shovel. Like it's like very big. So I guess it's just what her body is used to endure.
So you would say the hard work. Yeah, yeah. I mean, construction workers as well. Also, they never arm wrestle and they come and they're like iron. What would you say, Ivana? You maybe know her a little bit better than we do,
Yeah,
or not?
because she used to be she used to be in the same club, and
Okay.
as Susie said, I think that this manual work has a lot to do because I'm also from North Slovakia, and as she is, and when you are used to work since you are like young, you develop some strength even without working out and so on. So maybe this was a good start for her. But I'm sure I was talking with her like it was a year ago, and she was telling me how she used to train a lot when she was in high school and how she missed out on all of those parties and so on because she had trainings and she was really like focused on this arm wrestling. So many people are maybe she's just lucky, she's well built and so on, but she worked really hard for it and for many years. I don't know for how many years she's doing it, but I know that she was really young when she started, and she was always going for 100%. So no surprise she's so strong, but still.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I mean, she's very, very special, really. Like not only in arm wrestling and not only like very special athlete in overall in all of sports. Um, do you guys think, Susie, you doing bodybuilding as well? A lot of mental stuff in there. You have to be mentally strong, and maybe person that you look up to. So, do you think it's important to have somebody you look up to, and do you have somebody who motivates you in this sport, in the person who you look up to?
I think it's very important, yeah, to have someone to look up to. Otherwise, you might feel alone or you might find it difficult to set goals. And I guess doesn't matter what's your hobby or your profession, always find someone who is better than you because if you don't, then you must be delusional. I believe that every person can find someone who's better than they are in something. And of course, right now I look up to my coach. Like he has taught me so much, and those little things that I cannot even notice, like he points them out, then I can improve myself with every workout.
This is great. This is great. I mean, you're right. You have to have somebody you look up to. You're delusional if not, or your name is Levan Saganashvili and Barbora Baichova, and that's it. But I think Barbora had very tough challenge with her last match with Gabi. So I think I don't see. I mean, of course, there can be somebody, some Italian guy that can challenge Levan in June and upset and be the biggest upset in all of arm wrestling. But it's a big question, and of course we have to say that Levan is the favorite. Of course, I'm talking about Hermes, the funniest guy in the sport. Ivana, what about you? Do you have somebody you look up to? I saw when I asked Susie this, you look like this and think and think. So you had like a good 2 minutes to think about it.
I was trying to think about it, but I don't find someone like a specific. I just overall admire girls that are doing arm wrestling because I can see that they are really strong, and girls like Susie and oh no, she's not Sarah. Sarah, sorry, I'm told the wrong name. Sarah and girls from Turkey, they're really strong, and it really motivates you that you can do much more than them. And also, what motivates me the most is the that when I fail or I do something bad and I see your weaknesses, and it's like, okay, I can work on it. But I don't have someone specific I'm looking up to, just like in general. So
Hmm. What what is your goal, maybe, Ivana, in this sport in the next 5 years, let's say?
So, of course, European and World Championship, I think it's the most biggest event you can win. And the biggest dream would be to be on East versus West, but I think that is the biggest and most like not in a like not like in coming years, it's not possible. It's not for sure, but I think that when you get into East versus West event, it's like a great and opportunity for you. But we'll see. It takes a long time to get there and so on. So for now, it's just European and World Championship, and we will save
I think
East.
it's not so impossible how you think, honestly.
Not sure. The competition there is crazy, and
Yes, it is, but I think for you, I think it's at that young age, I think it's 100% possible. I think you are overseeing it too much. I think it is possible in the next 2 years if you focus and do well. 100%.
East versus West
100%.
is not divided by age. It's like an open category. It only
Yeah,
depends.
yeah, I know. Of course, of course, of course. Then you cut weight to 55, maybe, and you can destroy
Yeah, of
everything.
course. I can cut my lips and maybe.
I
Yeah, we can go on a diet together.
Yeah, okay. I mean,
Ivana was like, I don't know who it was initially, but I was like, Ivana, the coach from the girl said you have to cut to 80, and she's like 82, 2 kilos. And she's like, oh no, for me, this is impossible. I don't know how and stuff. And she was going crazy. And I was like, it's 2 kilograms. What is this? You don't eat for 5 days, a little bit less, and everything you can cut easy, like do cardio. No, oh no, it's impossible for me. So
because I
yeah.
know how hard it is for me to gain the weight back. But then I got sick for like a month and I lost it. I was 80, so I was like, okay, so it wasn't so big of a challenge. But I know that at the time when we were discussing this, losing weight and so on, I was like 83 or 4, and I was like, no way I'm losing this weight because I tried to build muscle and so on. I will lose it, everything and so on, and repeat it. So I was like, no, I'm not gonna lose it. But
Susie,
now
what's
I'm
your
from
weight
80.
now? You're 80?
Yeah. So,
Okay. So you are lean. You want to come with the six pack to the stage.
yeah.
Susie, what is your weight right now?
65.
65. You plan to stay there, I suppose.
Oh yeah, I'm also prepping for bodybuilding, so I'm actually, yeah, cutting right now.
Going down, really? Okay. And when is the bodybuilding competition?
End of the year.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
I'm doing a very slow cut because my
mm.
bodybuilding coach also knows that I have like super matches and Europeans coming up.
You're also a coach, right?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes, I
It's
work as
your
a
main
personal
profession,
trainer,
right?
yeah. Yes.
And you coach people on bodybuilding, I suppose, or like
I
overall gyms, strength and conditioning.
no, actually, I run a business where I run a B2B business where I help corporate clients. So I help people at their workplaces be healthier mentally and physically.
Mhm.
We do office fitness sessions, office massage, different lectures, trainings, also ergonomics. So that's actually my main profession. I just call myself personal trainer because I don't know if my actual profession has a name. But also on the side, I work as a personal trainer as well, but focusing on people with injuries like back pain, mobility issues, etc.
Very interesting. Very interesting. Even for people who don't know, you are studying marketing at the moment, right?
Yeah.
So in how long do you have to finish the study?
I'm just in the first year, so I'm just starting.
Oh my God. Okay. I wanted to say you're close to finishing, and then you are gonna do the marketing part for Lion Pride.
You can give me an internship if you want to, with graphic design and so on. But I think that you managed it pretty well with posters and so on. I was pretty amazed by
No,
that.
no, it's no problem. Now I think wait for one picture. I think approximately 1 month when if I text you. So I'm good. I will do it myself for now. It's okay.
So
Okay,
you
girls.
have to tell me 1 year beforehand to do a poster.
Yeah, I know,
I
I
will
know. So
evaluate on the
for
time.
next year, I will ask athletes for the next year's events, plan everything, and send you everything, and then you have time to do it.
Deal.
So this is good. This is good. Um, Girls, I don't want to hold you on much longer. Do you have something to ask each other, maybe?
Maybe I just wanted to ask Susie because I was really surprised that you are doing bodybuilding and also arm wrestling. And I also was always scared that when I'm doing arm wrestling and training for that, my forearms will get so big and it wouldn't look good on bodybuilding. Because once a guy in the gym told me that if I don't want to try bodybuilding because he told me that I have a good like prepositions for it and so on. And I was like, no, I'm doing arm wrestling. I have big forearms and it wouldn't look good because in bikini you are supposed to not have big forearms, if I'm wrong.
Yes, that is absolutely true, but to be honest, I don't believe they're gonna notice. Like they're gonna notice your big shoulders and big glutes
Yeah.
first.
It's
Just
a good
get your
one.
shoulders and glutes big, and then forearms can be big as well. No one's gonna notice. Don't worry.
Good to know.
Their bodybuilding show Ivana coming out. All the girls standing in line, like relaxed position, Ivana standing like this with forearms, with pronator, like this, pushing the pronator out to show everything. And then you win the bodybuilding competition, and then you arm wrestle all the judges and destroy them. Is
Wait,
it is it is it true that bodybuilding is a little bit biased sport because you depend on a, you know, meaning of the judges? It's not something you can measure. Arm wrestling, you win, of course, and then you are the winner. Of course, we can pay the referees. The referees are no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But but in bodybuilding, it's an opinion.
Bodybuilding is such a subjective sport. You are posing half naked in front of old men who probably haven't been to the gym. So I always ask myself, why the hell am I doing it? I remember being backstage. It was Arnold's show, and almost ready to step on a stage. And I remember thinking, why the hell am I doing this? Because doesn't matter how much work I put into that, how much I suffered mentally, physically, my results are gonna be based on some guys who are sitting there. I remember thinking, I wish I was doing arm wrestling night right now because then we would actually know who's the real winner and who's the real loser. You can't fake being strong, but you can fake your physique by learning to pose in a certain way. So eventually it comes down to how good are you at hiding your disadvantages and learning how to pose in a way that you show only your good sides. And then
Yeah,
basically your results are based on someone's mood. Like, yeah, they're just play bingo.
yeah, 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 yeah. It was the topic. I was following bodybuilding, men's bodybuilding, a lot when I was like 19, 20, 21, and stuff. And then the thing with Phil Heath winning like consecutively, having, who I mean, Phil Heath, open bodybuilding. And a lot of people were like, no, this year somebody else should have won. And then when he eventually lost, everybody was like, oh no, he was one win away to be, tied with Ronnie Coleman with the most wins ever. And people are always gonna talk. And yeah, with the judges and everything, I think this is
Yeah.
the main reason I never pursue the sport. And I love bodybuilding. I love
Yeah. I mean,
bodybuilding. My biggest
maybe
inspirations and first inspirations are from bodybuilding. So yeah.
I feel like I said too many negative things about bodybuilding, so I'm gonna add a few positive things about bodybuilding as well. why I love this sport. I love the mental side of the sport because bodybuilding, I would say it's more of a mental sport than a physical sport, and it makes you go through stages and makes you learn about your own self way more than you can ever imagine. Like the way my personality grew during the time I was preparing for my first competition, it was humongous. I didn't even know that I can ever meet that version of myself who I was during the prep diet and during competition time. So that is like really magical time. And I guess all competitors, they go through the same thing. And this is what keeps us doing it. It's like an addiction, but not addiction of lifting weights or looking yourself in the mirror and being happy. It's an addiction of the mentality that you have, and it's a great place to be.
No, you said it very good. You said it very well. Um, you spoke about lifting weights. Now I had a question in my mind I wanted to ask you at the beginning. When you train for bodybuilding, you train like let's say controlled reps with lower weight, or you also push some big weights on let's say squats and
Oh
some
yeah, of
compound
course.
movements.
Each workout I go out as heavy as I can,
Really? Oh, then
but
we have a lot to talk about.
but but with the perfect technique. That's
Yeah,
the
yeah, of
thing.
course.
I can't do it in a sloppy way, but in bodybuilding, the perfect technique is very, very important, but you have to push yourself heavy. So it's basically like 80, 90% every workout.
Wow. So when you say push heavy, you push all exercises or you push compound exercises
I mean,
heavy
of
and then you
course,
do isolated exercise with
no, of course, all exercises you go as heavy as you can.
oh,
But
even
the
even it
the
doesn't
bot
look so good for you now,
but
eh?
the bodybuilding heavy is not as heavy as max weight because doing like 15 repetitions,
Yeah.
everything with pure technique.
Okay, you do so you do high reps. You don't do low reps like let's say
Well,
powerlifting
it
style.
depends. Like right now, the routine that I'm following, most of my rep ranges are between 8 to 12.
And let's say what is a typical I suppose you're doing squats.
I do squats, yeah.
So what is your weight you do 8 rep squats set?
So right now in my routine, I'm doing single leg squats with weight.
Single
And
leg squat like pistol squats
yeah, like pistol squats all the way ass to the grass.
on the Smith
Eight to
machine or
whichever. Sometimes I do Smith, sometimes with, dumbbells. Depends.
oh,
Like depends on the equipment because I travel a lot
you do
between
pistol
Estonia.
squats with weights.
Yeah, don't you?
I cannot do pistol squats without weights. So,
Okay.
but this is also a mobility thing, not because I don't have the power in the legs, but for me it's difficult to keep my body straight. This was also a problem for me for squats. To keep my body upright when I do squats, I was more comfortable doing low bar squats, bending forward more,
Oh
and this is
yeah, yeah,
why I
yeah, yeah,
cannot do
yeah.
pistol squats as well. I lose the balance.
Okay,
Even
well,
even thinking,
fortunately
what
I
they
don't have
talking
any
about,
issues with
right?
mobility.
What is a pistol squat?
No, I know what it is. But I'm also not doing them with weights. I never tried it. I was just doing it without, and I'm
You can
surprised.
do also squat on one leg.
Yeah, but not with weights. I
But
never
this
tried
is
it.
crazy. Girls are super strong here. But
Do we put some
let's
more
say
weight?
back squat with weights. What are the numbers? I wanted to compare you and even a little bit to get the crowd pumped up because you are too nice to each other.
Well, my max squat is 110, I think.
Like the stance is like narrow stance or wide stance.
Well, regular stance.
This is
Not
crazy.
not like regular, but I mean, it's okay. I know girls who do way more, but my bench is 95.
What? This is crazy. 90.
And that I'm very proud of.
Wow. Crazy. 95 kilo. I don't know any girl who does 95 kilo bench. This is
Well,
crazy.
now
I
you
think I'm
know
gonna
me.
cancel the match now.
What?
I think I'm gonna cancel the match now.
95 kilo bench press. This is crazy. This is crazy. But how did you build such a strong bench press? Were you
I
always
was
strong at this movement, or because
mm,
I when I've done it, I had like bench squat deadlift. I was always way stronger at deadlifts than at bench press and at squats.
yeah, same. My max deadlift is 140.
Okay,
So yeah, deadlift was also my strongest. But this was it's not like recent numbers. Since I committed to bodybuilding, I don't do like one rep max. Like
of
we
course, yeah.
just don't need it anymore. But at some point in my life, I happened to train with a power lifter. It was just fun to train with someone else. So he was training for competitions, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do whatever you do. So we did bench in a different way. With the chains, with rubber bands, with all different versions that powerlifters do. And at some point, I just benched 95 and I was like, cool, now what?
Susie is so casually strong. She's like, yeah, like nothing. Ivana, what do you is going through your mind when you hear this right now?
Well, I'm rethinking everything. I didn't expect for you to lift such weights. Like you're not that you are not looking strong or so on, but this weight for bench press is crazy. So you really surprised me because you don't look like you have lean muscles and so on. So I wouldn't expect to bench so much.
But you know who benches so much has very strong hook. So Ivana,
I think
bah,
I'm gonna
Don't
try.
don't cancel the match. I promise I'll
bah.
treat you well.
Thank you, you are so sweet. Well, it's
Bro,
gonna see.
what is your like some, let's say, good weights you have done on squats and deadlifts, and do you do bench press or no?
Well, this is the only exercise kind of skip. I only do it just at the end of my
Yeah,
workout with
I
dumbbells.
know a lot of girls don't do bench press. This is
No,
why
I'm
I
doing
was so
everything.
surprised that she's doing
Yeah,
95
yeah. I was
kilos.
like, what? Like I'm all in when girls are doing this, but I'm more like working out on my shoulders and so on, and like shoulder presses and lateral raises, but not bench press. It's not my
Shoulder
type.
press, what is the weight on shoulder press?
It's I guess 19. It is for reps. 19.
I thought 90. I was like,
Oh
what
no,
is this?
no, no. But I'm doing it for
Is it
reps. Like
like dumbbells 1919?
yeah,
This
dumbbells
is
or
impressive. This is very good. This is very good.
I have more like a stronger shoulders, I would say, for lateral raises. I lift like a 13 kilograms each, like for this. But when it comes to bench, not my style. And also when it comes to squats, I'm gonna do split squats with heavy weights and so on. But squats, I just don't feel comfortable in them because I have really like
Long legs.
long legs and it's really uncomfortable. You know what I mean for me. And so I'd rather do split squats and those single legs presses and so on.
I had the same problem with long legs. Squats, very, very big problem for me. Always, always. Because of the
Deadlift is fine.
pelvis. Pelvis was always dropping like forward, and I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
when I have squat shoes, you squat in squat shoes sometimes or no? Even.
No, never.
But with plates under your heels,
Yeah, yeah,
this is very
better.
what
Yeah,
helped me to stay upright was like plates under the heels. For me was great. Could do much more like this.
yeah. I recently saw a video on that, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna try it because I was always trying to
140
find
kilo
excuses when
deadlift
it comes
also.
to squat.
Susie is crazy strong. Even you are done.
I'm done.
I changed my opinion now. Who is the favorite to win this?
I'm still rooting for Ivana. Like,
No, no, not at all. It's gonna motivate me more, because I heard that you are training arm wrestling like 3 to 4 times, and I was like, 2 times, it's good. I'm gonna change it a little bit, I guess.
well, I don't know. I don't believe that, max weights or whatever are gonna determine the result of the competition. You never know, like, how are we gonna feel on that day or what's gonna happen. It's also very mental sport since you're going very close face to face with someone. It's a contact sport. There are so many variables that eventually, like, bench press doesn't say anything about you. It's just a cool number to throw out, but it doesn't say anything.
Um, Susie, how are you when you go to competitions to pull somebody? Are you letting like your inner animal out, or you're also calm like this, like now?
Oh, well, it depends. For example, when I used to compete in Estonia, then I was kind of like doing like Devon does, like the psychological games. And I just know that the Estonian women were like very sensitive in a way. And I enjoyed doing that because I know that I was able to get into their head. So it was like fun. And I knew that it's not only physical sport, it's also very mental, especially when you're behind the table, being so physically close to your opponent. But usually when I compete, I am very cheerful. I'm happy, and actually, it's very hard for me to like focus and concentrate. But my coach has taught me that very well, so that I'm just not like, but I'm more like, but I'm more like, okay, have to win, have to focus. He always tells me to focus, even when we're training together. He's like, focus. And I'm like, okay, fine, learning to focus.
Susie doing back pressure one side of the gym, and Sandri's completely other side of the gym. Focus,
Yeah,
focus.
actually, this is what happened this morning. I was training back pressure, and he said focus, and then yeah, then I found that oh, I can actually lift more than I actually thought when I focus.
Please don't tell the numbers. Ivana,
Okay, I'm
even
not gonna
Ivana
Tell
tell.
turned
me the
off the
numbers for
camera and
today.
contacted somebody. Hey, can I fake injury or something? I cannot come.
If I'm not gonna answer your calls and so on, you know why. I'm done
Oh,
with this.
okay. I'm used to this. This is no problem for me. For me, it's no problem. You know, we talked today. Now, I think I thought next time we will talk is probably gonna be in May in 1 month, so it's no problem for me. No, it's good. It's good. It's very interesting. Even I don't think you are like energetic when it comes when you pull and you just focus. Bam, you're like Rino. You know, focused. Bam, arm wrestle finish.
I really miss like explosiveness when it comes to starts and so on. And my coach
Mhm.
is also yelling at me just to start and not be sleepy on the start. But I'm trying, but I just don't know where to find this anger and so on, just to, be quick. So I just rather be focused and try it
Mhm.
like that. But the start is everything. So if you don't start correctly, all match can be screwed up. So I have to work on
Susie
this.
said she likes to talk like Devon. Imagine you
Oh,
freaking bam. This is gonna be like Devon and Laletin, you know. You Laletin, you go and she kings moves like this, and then she starts talking with you. Come on, let's go, Ivana. Give me everything. Give me everything. This will be, I think, the greatest match of all times when it comes
Ivana,
to women's
be
double.
faster. How come you're so slow? Come on, move.
Yes.
please, yeah, it will help, I guess.
No, let's say they say ready, go. We're still in the middle. I'm like, come on. Why aren't you moving? And you're like, oh.
Yeah, we have to be very careful. Two of the referees are gonna be from Czech Republic, so probably your match is gonna be main referee is gonna be Christo. So yeah, we have Christo, we have Viktor Kerel, and we have Ivan Gregorichka, the referees. So Ivana maybe goes to the Czech guys, and so we have to be very careful. These guys are, after hearing this 195 kilo bench press, she will do everything, I think, to manipulate. No, I'm
We'll
just
have a
kidding.
chat with
Girls,
them before. So we'll see.
what?
I will have a chat with them before the match, so we'll see.
She can speak also. You speak Czech and Slovakian is
yeah,
same language,
we
yeah?
understand each other, no problem. So
So no no Slovakian and Czech language in the
okay,
match.
it's
You
forbidden.
speak Slovakian, one foul.
Okay.
Speak again, two fouls. Winner.
Okay. Well,
We will see. We will see. I'm very excited. Girls, that would be everything for me. Susie, you have some questions for Ivana? How
How are you
scared? How
feeling?
scared are you?
Yeah, that was my question. How scared are you now at the end of this podcast compared to the beginning of the podcast?
well, to be honest, when I heard those numbers, I was like, okay, it's not gonna be as easy as it looks because I was like, okay, I have this weight advantage, this height advantage, and I was like, okay, it's gonna be maybe fine. But now I'm just like, well, not. And I saw that you were posting that you are preparing for this bikini competition, and I was like, oh, you will have to lose weight and so on. And I thought that it's gonna be much easier, and you are not gonna be so much in strength. But when I heard those numbers, I'm like, okay, but I'm not gonna try to put myself down with this. I'm just gonna use it to motivate myself and try my best. But I'm glad that you said those numbers.
Well, I'm glad that you didn't cancel the match even after I
Not a
revealed a
quitter,
couple
don't
of
worry.
numbers. Awesome. I'm super looking forward to pulling you and having fun and definitely bring your heels with you.
And you have to learn how to walk. So I will come beforehand and we can try it.
Yeah, yeah.
After the match, we can do a competition who is walking better in heels. And Alexa would be the referee and
I
get
can
Oh
be the
yeah.
judge. This is great. But
Yeah.
we have to do it somewhere where the ceiling is high, so you don't hit your head. You know.
let's do it outside. So
Yeah, outside is good. Outside is great. Yeah, good, good, good idea. Good
Yeah,
idea.
yeah. So you can look down on Alexa.
my dream.
Yeah, in heels like this,
Yeah.
you like yeah, it's gonna be funny. We have one very interesting comment from earlier. I We have a lot of comments, but I we spoke the whole time and I didn't have time to read it where it is. Special Forces 2 says, tell Ivana, since she's on Lion Pride 2, she's already on well organized professional event. So in East versus West, it will be next. Ivana is, this is crazy what she's saying here, but okay. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. She knows. She knows it's gonna be great. So, what do we have else? We have Drew saying AI bodybuilding judges. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. But a lot of people will lose their jobs if we do this. So yeah. And we have, will Susie use high platform versus Ivana, or you don't need this? Like the platform for.
I
Mhm.
know. Well, I'll talk to my coach about it.
I don't think, because you're not so short. I think his answer will be probably be no. I mean, I don't want to reveal no game plans, but maybe he will say yes when I think about this a little bit now. So we will see. We will see. Gabor, they should pull in high heels. Gabor, brother, be serious a little bit. How I saw also one
High
comment
heels and
earlier.
bikinis.
Yeah,
They will get a lot of views, I
no,
guess.
no, no. Then we will not have enough place to bring in the crowd. So better not. Better not.
Yeah, Ivana,
Maybe
let's organize our own event where
Yeah.
we have only women participating, high heels, bikinis, and then
but we can come and watch or
kill
no?
the
Only
Your
women's
competition
Well,
is hard, so no, I wouldn't say.
crowd?
yeah, it's the crowd only women to show that you can be pretty and strong at the same time. Only for women, no men allowed.
I think now everybody's sad. Guys, I'm sorry. But yeah, we will see. Maybe we do guys only in high heels and bikinis. I think this will be this will be very funny. You see, we have Devon Larratt against 11 Saganashvili in bikinis in high heels. East versus West 20 main event.
We can organize it and then compare which one did better, whether women or men. We'll see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can do. But we don't do men in bikinis, we do men in speedos, you know? This, you know? This I
More
think,
style?
yeah. But
Yeah,
we have,
because arm wrestlers don't train legs, so they need to hide them under.
some of us do, some of us do. So we will see. We will only have guys, arm wrestlers who train legs and who look good in a speedo, and then we can compete a little bit to see which event is better, yeah? Okay, special forces going crazy. Guys, girls, sorry. Thank you for taking your time. Susie is already sleepy a little bit. She told me she goes very early to sleep.
Yeah, I go to
How
bed at 8.
when do you wake up when you go sleep to 8?
I usually wake up at 4.
Really?
Yes.
For me, this is crazy. For example, I would rather go to sleep at 4 and wake up later. For me, it's I know it's
Mm.
not good, and everybody's like, it's not productive and stuff, and it's true, but I cannot go to sleep so early. No ways.
Well, I also thought so at some point, but then you just get used to it and you make it work for yourself. Of course, sometimes it costs, social life,
This is what I
but
wanted to say. You're alone when you wake up. I suppose
yeah,
nobody's.
but the thing is, I love being alone. Like mornings alone is the time for me where I get to work or focus or do stuff for me and no one is annoying. I don't have that anxiety of checking my phone or my phone is blinging or something. I know that everyone else is asleep. So
Yeah, this
that's
is
like
why
really
I
my
also
time.
do. I also do a lot of work at night because of this, because everybody sleeps then. So
Yeah.
and then there's time. Um, okay, we don't want to hold on any longer. You're sleepy. You cannot take it anymore. Last thing, tattoos. Very cool tattoos.
Oh, thank you. This
It's a
is
specific meaning or
Yeah, of course, all my tattoos have a meaning, but this is my most recent one. So when I do this arm wrestling pose, you can see this dark, dark tattoo here. Everything else is pretty light that I have.
oh, and this the tattooed arm is gonna beat Ivana in May or what?
Yeah, either beat or be beaten. So we'll see.
Oh, just kidding. Girls, thank you very much. Ivana, you have something to say, or are we closing the show?
I think that we can let Susie sleep now.
Thank you so much for thinking of me. And Ivana, thank you for accepting and joining me for this upcoming competition. And I'm really looking forward to meeting you.
You as well. We'll see in the May.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lion Pride Arm Wrestling League 2, 3rd of May, Vienna, Austria. Susie Ann from representing Latvia. I already got one comment. Is she from Estonia or from
I know she,
Latvia?
she she's a friend of mine. She's cool. So
She's
you
cool.
can you
Okay.
can you can you can say that I'm from Latvia.
Okay. So Susie Ann representing Latvia against Ivana Pitáková representing Slovakia. It will be phenomenal. Uh, After the match, we have high heel competition, so make sure you come and watch. Thanks everybody for joining the live, and I'll see you Sunday when we have the French general Bastian and Martin Minarovic. Thank you everybody for watching. Have a good night. Bye bye.